There is a verse in the Qur'an, a verse you may have recited many times without realizing what it was doing for you. A verse that protects you before danger arrives, guides you before confusion appears, and strengthens your heart before any test comes near. Most people only turn to the Qur'an after a problem hits. But Allah gave us an ayah that works in advance, shaping your destiny, calming your fears, and preparing your soul for challenges you don't even know are coming. If you've ever felt worried about the future, uncertain about your path, or scared of what might happen tomorrow, then this ayah was revealed for you. Let me show you how. Every day you wake up stepping into a world you cannot control. You don't know what conversations will break your heart, what opportunities will lift you, or what hidden tests are quietly walking toward you. And this uncertainty is what makes life heavy. You worry about provision. You worry about your family. You worry about tomorrow, even though tomorrow hasn't arrived. But here's the truth most people ignore. Allah never intended for you to face the unknown with an empty heart. He gave you the Qur'an as a shield before the battle, as a map before the journey, as a cure before the sickness even appears. Every click spreads the blessing. Your small action could be the reason someone finds peace or strength through Allah's words. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it. There are verses that don't just react to your problems. They prepare you for them. They build a foundation in your chest, so when a difficulty comes, it doesn't collapse you. It finds you already strengthened, already guided, already protected. And the ayah we're about to reveal is one of those divine protections placed in your life before you even realized you needed it. But to understand its power, you first need to understand something even deeper, a reality about your heart that you may have never noticed. Let's go there. Your heart doesn't break the day the problem appears. It breaks slowly, quietly, long before the test even reaches you. It breaks from fear, from overthinking, from imagining every worst-case scenario, from doubting your own strength, from forgetting that Allah has already written your path with wisdom. Most of the pain you feel isn't from what happened. It's from what you feared might happen. And here is the secret. Shaitan's strongest attack isn't in the moment of hardship. It's in the moments before hardship. He whispers fear of the future, fear of losing what you love, fear of not being enough, fear that Allah will not give you a way out. And when these fears build up, your heart becomes fragile. So when a real test finally arrives, it hits harder than it should. But Allah, out of His mercy, did not leave you exposed. He revealed an ayah that repairs the cracks in your heart before life even tries to break it. An ayah that makes you walk into tomorrow with a confidence deeply rooted in the one who controls tomorrow. An ayah that turns fear into calm, uncertainty into strength, and weakness into reliance. And this ayah is not long. It's not complicated. And you may already know it, but you've never seen what it truly does for you. Before problems appear in your life, before a test unfolds, before a door closes or opens, Allah places something in your heart through this ayah. Allah is sufficient for us, and He is the best disposer of affairs. You may have heard it, you may have said it, but you may not have realized the depth of what you were saying. This is not just a statement. It is not just a reminder. It is not something you say after everything falls apart. It is an ayah designed to work before the test even begins. When you recite it with understanding, something happens within you.
Your chest expands. Your thoughts settle. The noise of fear becomes quiet. The future stops feeling like a threat. Because this ayah shifts your entire focus from "what if things go wrong" to "Allah is already handling what I cannot see." It takes the weight you were never meant to carry and places it back where it belongs, with the one who knows every detail of your future. This is why the companions recited it in moments of fear, but its strength protected them long before anything even happened. It built courage inside them before danger arrived. It filled their hearts with certainty before uncertainty even touched them. This ayah does not wait for a problem. It prepares you ahead of the problem. And when you begin to live with this ayah, something incredible starts to happen in your life in ways you might not realize yet. Let's go deeper. When you start reciting Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel with awareness, your life begins to change in quiet, powerful ways. Not because your problems disappear, but because your heart transforms before those problems arrive. Here's what happens. 1. Your fear of the future weakens. Suddenly, the things that used to terrify you don't shake you the same way. You stop imagining disaster. You stop expecting loss. You stop writing painful stories in your mind. Why? Because you've placed your future into the hands of the one who already wrote it with mercy. 2. Your decision-making becomes clearer. When your heart is calm, you make better choices. You think with clarity, not panic. You move with tawakkul, not desperation. You stop rushing. You stop forcing outcomes. And you start recognizing which doors Allah is actually opening for you. 3. The weight on your chest lifts. The stress you carry every day, financial worries, family worries, personal worries, begins to feel lighter. Not because life becomes easier, but because the burden is no longer sitting entirely on you. You finally allow Allah to carry what you were never meant to hold alone. 4. Allah protects you from the invisible. There are harms you will never see, dangers you will never face, tests that pass by without touching you. All because this ayah becomes a shield. Its protection is silent, but its effect is real. 5. You start noticing Allah's timing. Things begin to make sense. Opportunities appear at the right moment. People leave your life exactly when they need to. Changes you feared become the very things that elevate you. You realize Allah was arranging everything long before you even knew you needed help. But there is something even deeper, something most people never understand about this ayah. And once you understand it, you will never recite it the same way again. Most people think this ayah is only about protection, or relief, or calming the heart. But that's only the surface. The real power of Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel is this. It trains your heart to trust Allah before life forces you to. Anyone can trust Allah after a miracle. Anyone can rely on Him after a door opens. Anyone can have faith after the storm passes. But the believer who recites this ayah with conviction is learning to trust Allah before the outcome, before the clarity, before the solution, before the path becomes visible. And that is the highest form of tawakkul. This ayah shapes a heart that stands firm even when the future looks uncertain. It teaches you to release control, not because you're weak, but because you recognize who truly controls everything. It builds spiritual muscle. It prepares your soul to face life with strength, It transforms you into someone who doesn't crumble at every difficulty, because your foundation is no longer built on your own abilities, but on Allah's mercy, wisdom, and perfect plan. And here is the secret very few people realize. When you rely on Allah before the test, Allah strengthens you during the test and elevates you after the test. This is why this ayah solves problems you haven't even faced yet. It fixes your heart before it breaks. It guides your decisions before you make them. It removes the fear before life can trigger it. It brings Allah's help before you even ask for it.
You are not just preparing for the future, you are aligning yourself with the one who already knows it. And when you reach that level of trust, you walk into tomorrow with a heart that is unshaken, protected, guided, and carried by Allah Himself. Now imagine waking up tomorrow morning, but with a heart that no longer panics at the unknown. You're not anxious about what might happen. You're not replaying fears in your mind. You're not waiting for something to go wrong. Instead, you wake up with a quiet confidence. Whatever comes my way, Allah has already taken care of it. This is what this ayah builds inside you. It doesn't promise a life without problems. No one on earth gets that. But it promises a heart that can walk through any difficulty without collapsing under its weight. A heart that knows if something is taken away, Allah will replace it with better. If something becomes difficult, Allah will make a way through it. If something confuses you, Allah will guide you. If something scares you, Allah will protect you. This is the strength that turns ordinary believers into extraordinary ones. Not because they know the future, but because they trust the one who controls it. And the more you recite this ayah, not as a reaction, but as a lifestyle, the more you will feel your heart changing in ways you can't fully explain. You'll begin to see Allah's mercy in places you used to overlook. You'll notice His planning in details you never paid attention to. You'll recognize His protection in moments that feel small from the outside, but were huge on the inside. And you will feel something you may not have felt in a long time. Peace. Real peace. The kind that doesn't depend on your circumstances, only on Allah. So the next time your heart feels heavy, the next time the future scares you, the next time you feel unprepared for what might come, pause for a moment, place your hand on your chest, and whisper, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Allah is enough for me. Allah is taking care of me. Allah is handling what I cannot see. Say it before the storm. Say it before the confusion. Say it before the worry grows inside you. Because when you trust Allah early, He strengthens you fully. This ayah is not just a reminder. It is a shield, a guide, a cure, a reassurance from the Lord who loves you more than you can imagine. And if this message touched your heart today, share it with someone who might be silently struggling. You never know. This ayah might solve a problem they haven't faced yet. Thank you for watching. May Allah fill your heart with peace, and may He protect your future in ways you do not even see.